Hello everybody, welcome along. Big news, as you can probably tell, you can hear me, which is going to be game changing to be honest. Hopefully it's all working nicely and you get a good overall sound. But yes, new headsets, so hopefully you can now hear me without me sounding like I'm whispering the whole time. So yeah, super excited for that. But today, we are back in RaceRoom. We're going to be taking a trip down memory lane because they have just recently released the circuit of Brno. Now this is a circuit which I have very fond memories of back in the day from Race 07 and obviously GTR2 as well. Running many laps around this circuit in various things from touring cars to what was the old GT1 and NGT days. So we're going to give that a go. We're going to test out the track and see what it's like to drive, and for old time's sakes, we're going to take some classic, well, not really classic, but WTCC cars from that kind of era where they were running at Brno, so that's going to be fun. And then after that, we're going to jump in and do some ranked racing on the servers. So we're going to try and see if we can get our ranking up, basically. So we're currently sitting, well, I'm currently sitting about 370th on the ranking table. So we're going to try and see if we can get ourselves into the top 300. We're going to try and see if we can boost our ratings up a little bit higher, so we can actually get into the top 300. So that should be fun. So here we go. Let's see what we can do. Steve, sounds good. Excellent. I'm so glad we can actually hear me now. It's amazing. Norman, welcome along. Good to have you back with us. How are the Bermuda Islands right now? I hope they're good. We've got some nice weather over here now. Finally, it's woken up. So let's jump into the game then. Here we go. Come on, there we go. Give me my mouse click. That's better. Right. So as you can see, we've got our ranked schedule on the right hand side there. We'll look at that in a moment. So what we're going to do first, we're going to check out the new circuit of Brno in the Czech Republic. So we're going to do a single event. I think we're going to take out the old WTCC car, so 2013 is the oldest we have on RaceRoom, and we're going to actually probably run. I know we've shown the BMW on the start there, but we might actually run the Seat just because that was one of the cars that was featured in Race 07. Obviously, the BMW was as well, but I'm going to try and run this one because that was one of the cars I used to run a lot in that particular sim. So let's put a full grid on here. We don't need 35. I'm just going to put it down to 25. We don't even need that many, do we? Got perfect. That's 23 there, so that's good. Apply that. Right. Not Valorant. We've already covered that one, so we're on Brno. They got two different layouts. Basically, it's the same track. The only difference being is the This one here is a short pit entrance or exit. I'm not sure which one it is. I've not tried it yet, but so we're just going to go with the regular Grand Prix track because there's no other different types of layouts for the circuit. So we've got our opponent set to 106, so we'll see how we get on with that. That might be that might be a bit out of my league. Actually, we did need to maybe knock it down a couple of pegs. We had a 104. So we've got 60 minutes of practice. We don't need that long. Let's put it on. Let's put on 20 minutes of practice, just so we can kind of get a feel of the circuit and work our way around. Get my comments back on again here because I lost that. There we go. It's a beautiful day. I'm glad. That's good to hear. That's brilliant. Qualifying, single session, race length we're doing minutes. Okay, we're going to do an old school format with two races. Race 2 is going to be a reverse grid, do standing starts, and yeah, let's load in and see what we do here. So I hope you're all doing well. It's good to be back. Looking forward to doing some more racing this evening and seeing how we get on. But yeah, so super excited to test this out. It's been so long since I've driven the Brno circuit, so it's going to be fun to jump back on here again. I think for me, I always like circuits, as you know, which have a good flow and layout to them. And Brno is one of those ones which does seem to flow very nicely together. So here we go. If at any point when we're racing here, I have done a quick audio test, but if it gets to the point where you can't hear me over the car, please do let me know in the comments and I'll make adjustments as we need to. But it should be okay. It should be alright. So, just going to jump straight on track. We're not going to make any changes to setup. We're just going to get out there, turn some laps, and see how we get on. So here we go. A Lada in front of us. Not the prettiest Lada, I'll admit. The one that came after this was significantly nicer to look at. So, here we are then. Brno circuit. Wide expanses of tarmac. And plenty of space for our touring cars to go side by side and battle each other. So, looking forward to getting stuck into some racing. It's quite the opposite of Alabama that we were running last time we were in RaceRoom, where the track was quite narrow, so there wasn't an awful lot of room to have some side-by-side racing, but we made it work. Let's get ourselves our eye in a little bit here. Remembering this is a front-wheel drive car. It's been a while since we've driven front-wheel drive cars on the channel. Steve says, what do you think of sim racers wearing gloves? Okay, I'm fine with it, no problem. I've worn gloves in the past. I prefer actually to drive without them, but I can drive them with them. I have done in the past. Sorry, it's loud. Is it too loud? Hopefully not. I can turn it all down if it's too loud. But you can at least hear me though. That's the main thing. For anyone who's interested, this is a SteelSeries Arctis 3. So not the top of the range one. However, it does mean that I can have a microphone which picks up my voice. So yeah, sim racers wearing gloves, all for it. I mean, I'm obviously using a wheel which has Alcantara on it, so I know a lot of guys prefer to run gloves so they can protect the Alcantara from sweat and things, but you can clean Alcantara and make it better after a fair amount of use. So it's all personal preference, and it's no problem. Is it way too loud? Oh, okay. I'll turn it down in a moment. So here we go, Brno then, first corner. Really long first corner here. And it opens up just on the exit there, and then you're hard on the pedal all the way up to turn 2 here, uphill. And then it levels off just into the braking zone here. 100 board, snatched a bit of a brake there. And so the first of what will appear quite obvious soon is a lot of left and right combinations. So it's quite a good little section through there. Then we're downhill braking into a double right-hander here. Progressively slower as we go, and then tightens up once again as we tuck it into this left-hander, almost 180 degrees, probably 175, 160, and then another tight left-right section here, dropping downhill again. Azaris, could you let me know, is it the car that's too loud or is it me that's too loud? Next corner is downhill. This is the lowest part of the circuit. Another sweeping long right-hander, and then we steeply climb right back up again through another left-right section. Important to carry speed through here, obviously, because you've got to maintain that all the way up the hill. And then up to the final section, which again, surprisingly, is a left followed by a right. And then carry the speed all the way over the start-finish line to complete the lap. So that's a lap of the Brno circuit. It's quite simple really in layout, but it flows really well, and it just has a good layout which is fun to drive. This first corner was always really tricky, trying to get right. Gonna wait, and then start to feed the power in gently. Funky. You wear mitts and a woolly hat sim racing in Scotland. Too cheap to put the heating on. That would make having a good feel on the wheel a little bit tricky. We're looking like we're a bit too quick for the AI. So we sit in purple sectors and no one's going to complain my voice is too loud. I am so softly spoken that if I am ever loud, it's very rare, so got to make the most of it. So the engine's too loud. I can turn that down a little bit. It's uncomfortably loud. Ariola in front of us on the other side is getting in the way a little bit. Not for long. Now we can actually have a better look at the circuit without having a car in front of us. Very wooded area around the circuit, so lots of trees all around. It's quite a nice look to it. Yeah, I remember spending many hours driving around here, mostly in the Alpha actually in Race 07. It was one of my favourite cars to drive. So in these slower touring cars like this, it does take a lot longer to go around the circuit. Obviously the corners seem like they just go on forever, but when you get into a racing situation, that's when the circuit really starts to come alive. So just driving around on your own just for the sake of turning laps, it may not look particularly exciting to drive, but when we start racing, that's when things will be even better. So tricky circuit to extract the most out of though, even though it's fairly basic. The big sausage curves right on the inside as well, which can really throw a spanner in the works if we catch those wrong. I love it through here because it kind of gets progressively tighter as you go. Kind of keep it nice and tight through there. Oops, let's get too early on turn in there. Wide over the curve on the exit there. That's a bit too deep into there. We survived it. Also worth mentioning at this point that I know obviously everyone who's watching here is a sim racing fan, but I understand that there would be some out there who may be into football and things, so if you're watching this rather than the Euros, I really appreciate that actually. That's means a lot. I know there's a football game going on right now, or you may be watching both at the same time, and that's fair enough. This last corner is not quite flat, or is it? There's quite a lot of tarmac left on the outside there. Maybe we'll try that flat just to see what happens. Okay, so although we're considerably quicker than some of the other cars around us, we're a good 2.3 seconds off the fastest lap in that session, which is bizarre. So, okay, let's just for the sake of some eardrums here, let's just turn that down just ever so slightly, just a little touch. Hopefully that should be better now. Okay, so let's let's go into the replay mode here, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick fly around of the circuit. So let's get ourselves to the start-finish line as we are here. Okay. Yes, I know that I have manual depth of field mode on. Right, so let's turn that off. There we go. Right, that's better. Now we can see better. So fairly basic pit complex here, not much to it. Let's have a look around the back here is our podium, very nice indeed. What's this back here? Ah! Stuck in a tree. Yeah, car park, looks like some kind of a business park back there, which is cool. Ooh, a fan shop. You can get all your race day merchandise and everything, very good. Pit lane, standard. What else we got? So, at the back of the garage is here. Can we get over here? No. So, yeah, just a fairly standard paddock. But obviously this is slightly different to... I can't even remember the name of it now. Valabanen, because it's a lot more of a spread out circuit. It's not so compact with everything all in one place. So there's plenty of detail all around the circuit. I mean, there's, as we mentioned, loads and loads of trees, some good spectator banking up here for them to watch from. Oops. I don't know if I can drive better than I can drive the camera. It's quite a cool circuit if you're a spectator, because all the spectator areas are quite elevated, so you get a really good view over the circuit from wherever you are. So that's quite nice. Up over the bridge. Good variety of trees as well. It's nice to see that they're not all, exactly the same. Let's have a look around here. Huge grass bank on the left there. But if you look how far the trees go. I know obviously some of them are just in lines, but there's depth there. Nice detailing with the marbles on the exit of on the outside of this corner here. Very nice. What else can we find on our extracurricular tour of the circuit? Some Marshall's vehicles down there. But yeah, every spectator area is elevated, which is really cool. Yeah, so we have a kart circuit on the inside as well. Can we do a lap of the kart circuit? No, it's not going to let us. That's got a cool little layout as well. So there's plenty of detail, there's plenty of life around the circuit. It's nicely modelled as well. Good texturing going on. So there we go. So that's the circuit. Let's go and qualify then, and then see where we end up. Get out of there. Return to garage. And we'll jump into some races and see how we get on. End of the session. Qualifying time. Let's set our fuel level a bit lower. 4 laps would be sufficient. Okay, let's go qualify. We're obviously against the AI here, so let's see how we do. I've got to also remember, as I'm in a front-wheel drive touring car, that I've got to make sure that I'm, carrying that throttle all the way through where I can, just to try and keep the front end in check, but also balancing the car on the brakes. So having a little bit of left foot braking on does help to keep the car neutral. So we'll see how we do with this. Got ourselves some clean space ahead of us. Give ourselves the best possible opportunity to get a lap in. Snap of oversteer as I try to turn in then. But I really do like the circuit. I think it's it's a really good layout, and I'm looking forward to racing around here because it's been so long, as I said. It's a bit of a trip down memory lane. It doesn't look too dissimilar actually from how I remember it looking in GTR2 and Race 07, but that's not to say that RaceRoom looks bad. It's just that it has that nice familiar feeling to it. Always fun trying to attack the hill here. Definitely can't keep the power on too hard with that right hander there, just trying to carry speed up the hill because it'll just wash out to the outside. let's get a decent run onto the pit straight here. There's been many really good races around here, particularly in MotoGP and the bike classes as well. They race really well around here. But we're in cars today, so let's get this car tucked in. Wait. Feed that power back in again. It's good to see there's no track limits I found on so far on the exit of turn 1 there. I'd have thought that it would be quite keen on that. Oof, crunch. There's the sausage curb. We have actually damaged it because my steering is off. Never mind, we shall persist. Tight, tucked in through there. Tricky corner to get the car into on that one because it kind of drops away just as you turn in. So you either turn in too early or you start washing out to the outside of the corner. This one's also tricky because it's downhill braking into there. Here we go again. What I need to do through there is have more patience on the left-hander so that I can keep it over to the left on the exit so I can open up the right-hander on this straight run up the hill here. Same principle applies through here. It's still not quite flat. Okay, so we set a lap time, but what I am going to do is I'm going to go back to pits because my car is clearly broken. Ah, no! That's not what I meant to do at all. What are we on? Are we back on? We're on qualifying, that's okay. Slip back into time trial hot lap mode then. Oh well, we'll get to try again, and this time we'll avoid the sausage curb. Chevy Cruze in front of us. And, dominant forces in World Touring Cars for a number of years actually. Particularly in the hands of Ivan Muller. Try and get ourselves some track position here if we can. So, same one down the inside here. No, I'm not. So we go around the outside. Do we dare? No. It's not racing, it's just the outer lap. But I want clear space because I'm getting a little held up, so let's show you if we can launch one on the inside to this downhill right. Good run. There we go. It's the overtaking spot. So just practice what we talked about last time. Let's keep it over to the left, open up the right. It's better. Okay, set ourselves up for a good start to the lap this time. 100 metre board, down a couple of gears, try and hug the curb on the inside if we can. And a little bit scrappy through there, wasn't brilliant. Didn't quite have the confidence turning in there to keep the car stuck to the inside. It's our curb, that's better. There to our left. Turning way too early. A rally driver's cut on the inside there. Better, just trying to keep it neat and tidy really, rather than being too aggressive with it, because you end up losing more time that way. Get back on the power quite early through there actually. Right, keep it tight. Too much curb. We're just going to do this one qualifying lap and then we're going to jump into the race. So wherever we end up, we end up. So I do think we can take more speed through there. I don't know, just not being brave enough. So 2087, wherever that puts us, we'll find out very soon. I won't restart it, let's go back to the garage. It's out front so far, but we know there was one particular car which was just massively quicker than everyone else, so let's end that session. And make sure we put our fuel back in, because we don't want to be short. So 2 minute 8, I'm going to be running, was it 10 minute race, wasn't it? So it's going to be, math is terrible, five laps. So we'll put 7 laps in just to be safe. Are these tracks like LaserScan like iRacing? You know what? I don't think they are. I think they're based off. They may be based off similar. Maybe based off similar data from laser scans, but I don't think they're directly laser scanned. But I could be corrected on that one because I'm not entirely sure if that's true or not. So somehow we've ended up on pole. Let's see how this goes. Loads of wheel spin. And we got mugged off the start. My smoke is still there from my start. Alright, so we have 2 Chevys in front of us. Mr. James Nash taking the lead. So, we have a bit of a race on our hands. Let's see how this race is. Made it back up to P2 after our poor start. Let's go chase down the leader. Whoa. That's what happens when you put a wheel on the grass going on in the brakes. Well, now we have a race on and some hot front tyres. It is fun actually, I'm enjoying it. No woman, it's good. Oh, I see. RF2 is good. I mean, I like RF2. It's just a shame that it hasn't really got much going for it in terms of online racing or official content. I mean, the stuff that's out there is very good, but it doesn't have the engagement maybe that some of the other ones do. But you should definitely give RaceRoom more of a go. Try it out, see how you get on, because it's improving all the time, and it's really quite nice to drive. And even these old WTCC cars, I mean, they are, well, some of the earliest content for RaceRoom, but even these, they still drive really nicely. Definitely getting major throwback feelings, which is good. Yeah, just about held on to it, didn't we? This is why I'm glad that Brno has wide tarmac, so that we could have got away with that and saved it. If we were on with Alabama last time out, I would have been off big time. Okay, we got three cars ahead of us. Let's go chase them down. We've got a bit of space behind us now as everyone's battling away, so let's pick our way through. We've got 7 minutes to go. So I tend to go for more of a narrow line going in there. It's just my preference on how to take that corner, really. Everyone else seems to take it a little bit wider going in. Back on their case now. So they take more of a direct line into that right-hander there, so the door closes on you very quickly as you head towards the apex there. The Honda's going for it. So yeah, they race really nicely. You know, they're not just single file procession all the way around. They actually have a race with each other. There's a bit of a wobble in there. We've got a door opening. Okay, here we go. That's podium back again, providing we don't drop it on the grass again. Ooh, nobody did that. The car ahead just about held on to that. He had a grassy moment too, by the looks of things, getting squeezed by the Chevy. Is there a way through here? No, it's going to fight it out. Right, let's see if we can pick our way through here somehow. The car was nervous going in there, wasn't particularly planted, and I'm being too enthusiastic on the right pedal, which means I had to get off it again, and all of a sudden we're getting cars up behind us again, and we've lost positions to the car ahead, so let's try and bring this back in again. Leader's getting away though. Love that section through there. It just flows and just have to be so smooth with it. Where's he going? Are you okay, James? Well, that's one way to get a place back. That was interesting. Oh no! Stutters. Oh, we're still okay. The Honda's not so quick through there. Let's switch back here on the inside. We're going to be on the outside for the next one though. So if we can get the job done before the braking zone, we might be able to have enough to cut in front. And we have. Hello. I was too busy looking at the relatives across the top and just took it out too far to the left. But we've just about regained it. Now it's patience. Running it right out to the gravel. Are we still with us? That's a bit too deep. At this point, it's so easy to just kind of back off because you, one, don't have another car to chase, so give you a good reference point for braking and speed through corners, etc. But also, it's easy to think, oh yeah, I've got the job done here and I can just cruise and bring it home, but when you start easing off, there's always opportunities for mistakes to creep in, so you've got to keep it pressing on. We're dropping them now. There's only 2 minutes to go in the race, so should be able to bring this one home. The grass. Tyre marks going all the way through into the apex of corners. Probably me locking up. So I'd say we'll probably get one more lap in here. Last lap on a 4, so alright, thought I'd just brake a little bit later that time, so we've been braking at the 100 board, but that one was a little bit afterwards. You can already see on the delta display on the dash there, it's good 2/10 quicker than my fastest lap, so good time gain there. Half a second on now, flying. Getting our eye in as we go. Too enthusiastic with the right foot. Tight. Open up the right-hander. Still not quite sure what happened with that leader going through there. It's almost as if he just had one of those rage quit moments. Don't know why he would do, being the leader, but someone's just like, right, that's it, I've had enough, and just buries the throttle in the front-wheel drive touring car and just head straight for the wall, as you do. So we're on our final lap, so last couple of corners, and then we'll see how we do coming through from the rear of the field and see how far up we can get. I was a little late on the brakes, but we survived thanks to Brno's copious amounts of tarmac. There's still a good second up on our quickest lap, so there we go. Race 1 in the bag with a P1. Right. Let's go on to the next. $25 points for me. Thank you very much. Right. Oh, so it's not the back of the grid then, so it looks like we're P10. Does it give me... Oh, P8. Okay, that's fine. We'll see if we can get it through there. Let's check that. Yeah, P8. Okay. WTCC rules, forgot. Okay, let's see if we can get a better start this time. Too much wheel spin last time. Let's try and be a bit careful with the clutch. Nope. Norman, have you started utilising the new ranked service feature within R3 for hand-to-hand combat? Yes, I have. We'll be doing some more of that tonight as well. We're going to be doing some ranked races straight after this. I actually really like it. I think it's good. It's a good way of trying to ensure that racing stays clean, and it usually works. Into there. Put ourselves back up from 11th to our starting position, so it's a good game. But yeah, I really like the ranked servers on RaceRoom. It's a good feature, and it's a nice alternative for me to iRacing, which we said on the channel before can end up being a little too serious. I mean, ranked servers on RaceRoom, yes, you can still take them as seriously or as non-seriously as you like, but at least not everyone on there is also precious about their I-rating or their safety rating, and they're trying to improve their I-rating, so they'll make a desperate move or anything like that. So I think it's relaxed enough to still be fun, but regimented enough to be clean and competitive and enjoyable. So yeah, I like it. I'm going to see where we can go. We're currently ranked 370th out of all those on RaceRoom. We haven't done an awful lot of ranked races really. We've only done, I think, 14 races altogether. So I'm going to try and get into the top 300 if we can. Well, we're making progress up to top 5 now. We have the Ivan Muller in front of us, so he's going to be fun to try and get past. Look at this, we're going 4 wide into turn 1. Steady on, boys. Yeah, that's a good idea to back out of that. I would have done too. There you go. You can go 4 wide round Brno. Brilliant. It's still all on. Cars everywhere. Ivan's going to make it 3 wide into turn 2. Yeah, go for it, Ivan. Yeah, why not? And he's got him as well. Would you believe it? It's all getting feisty. Gabrielli behind us as well now. Well, I wonder if they've put Ivan's aggression level / ability level up to legendary status in the AI files for this, because this is so typical of something he would do. So optimistic, opportunistic. We have Rob Huff right ahead of us now, and the other all-in call Sayat. That break into the apex. To P4, 6 minutes to go. All closed up very quickly. Right, where are we going to set Rob up for an overtake here? We're not going to lunge into the last corner, that would be a little bit too aggressive. Let's see where we can make the move happen. Going to turn 1 once again. braking, probably about 75 metres rather than the 100. Right on the rear bumper. So we're going to sell him the dummy. He's going to defend into here, look. So they move back. Yes! Come on. Got him! Now, it's just these two Chevrolets to reel back in. Which we are doing. 4 minutes to go in the race. That's a bit wide. Ivan was a late entrance into that corner. So thoughts on the track? I really like it, I really enjoy it. I like the layout. It's good for racing, as you've seen. Fits in nicely with the tracks available within RaceRoom. Again, it appeals to me because it's a little bit more obscure in the way of it's not commonplace in a lot of sims to have this track in there. And I know a lot of people like the more popular circuits, say for example Spa and everything like that, which of course RaceRoom has as well. But I like it for the lesser known kind of thing that it's got going on for it. It's not so popular, not so known about, but totally deserves to be on the roster of tracks. It looks nice. It's got some good life around the circuit. It's mostly populated by trees, but you know, it looks very nicely done. The AI are really happy around here as well. I mean, apart from that one little blip, but they're pretty good around here. Nicely dialed in on the whole. But I think you could probably race this quite comfortably in pretty much any type of car on RaceRoom. I mean, it works nicely for touring cars, but you could race GTs here, you could race high-powered F1 cars here, GP2 spec cars obviously, Group C cars, Group 5 cars, and everything in between really. So I think it would really work for pretty much anything you would like to drive. Catching them, but not massively so. We've got a minute and a half left. This will be the last lap now, so I don't think we're going to get the win here, but it's alright. Not the entrance I wanted into the penultimate corner. But yeah, no, it's a big thumbs up for me about the circuit. Very welcome addition. They're pulling away again. And we've got no one behind us, so it's okay. Maybe we'll have another moment. The fans had a bit of a moment going into there. Not that I was paying enough attention to seize on it. Maybe we'll have another full throttle into the wall moment from the Chevy. James Nash crack once again. right up to the limiter there. It's just between gearing actually. Go back up to third, so I'm up to fourth, sorry, but you're quickly back down to third again. Getting further away, 1.6 seconds back now. What it does do though, it certainly wears out the left front tyre in the front-wheel drive touring car. He's made it through to the podium, keeping those sponsors happy. Yes, 100%, all in it for All Inkle. Yeah, that's what we're here for. But yeah, P3 from 8th on the grid. Not bad for a food mixer. There we go, over the line to third position. So there we go, Brno circuit, very very cool, and it's nice to be able to jump back in some of these older WTCC cars just for a bit of a blast down memory lane, so really enjoyed that. There we go, up on the podium, but we won the round overall, so there we go. that's what matters, you won the championship of one race. Very good. Right. Multiplayer time. So this is our schedule for ranked servers on RaceRoom for this block. So we've got the NSU running at Hockenheim. Could be fun. GT4 Portimao again. Could be a fun combo. The new Cooper at Brands Indy. Yeah. GT3 at Brno. We could maybe give that another go. Imola Tartarus F4. Okay, DTM 92 at Spa. Now that, it says it's on the hour, so it's in about 4 minutes time, so that could be a possibility. DTM at Hockenheim again. The Carrera Cup Classic car, that's a 40-minute race, but that's only starts at 10:30, so we won't be able to jump into that unfortunately. GT3 at the Red Bull Ring, 60-minute race. And TCR at the Nordschleife. Right, well let's have a look and see what we can jump into now then. There'll be some sessions we can jump in, I'm sure. Well, I'll say some, there's one. DTM at Spa, right. Practice has started, we're going for it. This is not always the best plan for going ahead and trying to improve your ranking on RaceRoom by just jumping in cars you haven't driven for ages on a track you've not driven for ages and hoping to do well. So let's see. So the BMW, we know the BMW is mega in the Group A Legend class, but you know what? I'm kind of, I know loads of people will go for the M3 or the 190e, but I like a different car. The Mustang would be quite fun. The Omega is pretty cool. Choices. Let's go V8 Mustang. Just look at that black one. Yes, we'll have that. This is probably the most horrific decision ever made. Probably because this thing is nowhere near quick enough to compete with the rest of the cars in the class. But we'll find out anyway. It'll be a laugh, won't it? And have some V8 power in front of us. But yeah, this was always my thing. So back in the day in GT Legends, you run a classic touring car race online, and people are in Cortinas, they're in Mustangs, or they're in Minis. No, I'd always go for like a Mark II Jag or something, just to be different, just to have fun. So here we go, Mustang at Spa. Are we open setup on this? Yes, okay. So let's just turn some laps. And we're H pattern box. 80s dashboard in front of us. Make sure we engage our pit lane speed limiter so we don't get ourselves a drive through. Listen to it! Let's just go and eat this Mercedes for breakfast down the straight show with our big V8 power and our H-pattern gearbox. Okay, now we're talking. Oh, our heel and toe, downshifting into the Les Combes chicane. No! Let's get out of this Mercedes way, shall we? That's good. Right, so we've got to be careful of that rear end then, obviously. But then, I was kind of expecting that. This is 80s technology going on here. Just got so carried away with how good it sounded. Oh, popping and banging on the over. Let's just get used to this for a little bit, because this car is very different to drive than the Seat. Once again, RaceRoom on the sounds department, absolutely top notch. So much depth to the noise of this thing. Amazing. Right. Launch him on. Are we going to survive? He's already understeer, we haven't even got there. Just got to coax it through there a little bit. Oh, it's just brilliant. Let's go set ourselves a lap time and see what happens here. Oh. It's hard to concentrate when that noise is in your ears. Oh, rouge. Okay, I'm gonna dab the brakes going here. Oh, it went light. Oh, it's mental. Okay, I'm going to brake here. Too early. Just feel the rear end, just get loose just through there a little bit. Again, don't want to catch that curve too much because that's where we're at our moment. Oh. I don't care where we finish in this race. don't care at all. Big understeer. One-handed, trying to keep the rear end in check while I'm reaching for another gear. I need to drive this class more. Don't want to run out too wide there just so I don't catch her off track. of time to find as well, obviously with that early braking into Lake On. Too quick up overs. That's radio on actually, I suppose. Okay, brake later. Be brave. Oof. Once again, Formula Rim not helping me out. There we go. Right, well, this lab's written off. Need to install an H-pattern shifter to really understand the difficulty of driving a proper H-pattern, not just the one I'm using here, but one that punishes you for misshifts. So that's way too wide off that. Trying to have quick hands. So we have an Audi behind us, getting impatient. So I might just let him go here because I'm going to try and see if we can improve the front end a little bit. Man, that thing's a beast. Look at it though, so cool. Right. Front end. Let's I'm gonna put this up a touch. What do we want more to do? We want it to dip down more at the front, so we want to. Well, the ride height's already low. Let's give it a bit more rake actually. Give it an extra half a centimetre of rake, and let's see what happens to that. Don't want to make too many changes straight up. So it's like Audis are quite popular. There's an M3 behind. I just love the transmission model because it's just not every shift sounds the same. You get that pop. Oh, already. I know we're on the outlet, but front end is turning in much nicer. A gear lock solution, yeah. Like the Pro Sim one, yes. Yeah, get it on the Christmas list. That thing is amazing. Used to sell those in my previous job. Sold a couple of them. Still trying to push on a little bit, but it's better than it was. We're 3.8 seconds off the leader. Of course we are. might get a race, possibly. One car gone. Alright, let's see if we can improve our lap time here. No deltas to distract us on the dashboard. Car coming out the pit lane here, hopefully it isn't going away. Oh, it's so loose over the top of the hill. Come on then, Audi. Yeah, let us go, yep. Well done, thank you. It's not the line. Hounded by the BM behind us. Come on, turn. Oh, hello. It's a bit of braille driving from behind. They're drifting from the Audi ahead. Oof, don't hit me. Yeah, we're probably not going to be the quickest thing out there, but I don't really mind at this point. We're already slower than we would normally be. Lionel, welcome along. This is the DTM 1992 Ford Mustang that we're driving here. For a DTM 92 race around Spa. At the moment we're currently living in understeer city, but you don't mind when the benefits are that noise. I got one. I'm using an H pattern, but as we discussed, not a proper one with gear lock and everything, but just an old Logitech one. Someone just dove into the wall in front of you. Yeah. Oh, someone else is running a Mustang. Yes! We're going to have a Mustang race. It does sound awesome. It's just amazing. Well, we P2 in practice, but yeah, that doesn't mean too much. Oh, what a noise. Okay. Oh, qualifying, so it starts you here. That's going to be interesting. Right, let's take some fuel out of it, I guess. Yeah, that should be fine. Give myself enough for 2 laps if I need to. Oh, that's alright, Lionel, no problem. Well, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you with us. We're doing some ranked races on RaceRoom. We just tested out the new Brno circuit, and now we're trying to up our rankings in the ranked servers. Okay, let's try and get overage right. Oh, thankfully, had to give me a corner cut. I was expecting to see a warning come up there, but we got away with it. Right, down to the source. Not the source, they can't. My corner name's right. Oh, that reverberation. Grabbing gears to the exit of Lake Com. It's quite an exhilarating experience, just trying to keep the car moving forward. AMS2 needs some cars like this one. Yeah, it would be nice to get some more historic stuff on AMS2. AMS2 though, at the moment, really is brilliant. I am enjoying it a lot. New updates really brought it alive. Oh, a turn, come on. Ah. Okay, well, that's why we put an extra lap of fuel in. Let's try and keep the tyres a little bit cool if we can. 5 minutes left of the session. Or we can just go back to the garage. We'll do that. Let's go back to the garage and we'll drive that again. This time we get a flying lap. How then? Are you that bloke off 90 high? I wish I knew which one you're talking about. I know the program, but I can't think. Okay, right then, let's get Eau Rouge nailed. Well, when we say nailed, that means obviously ruining it. I have more hair than gamer muscle. Yes, I do actually. I have an awful lot of hair at the moment. Okay, 4 minutes. Come on, Phil, we can get this done. Need a lap at least. That of course means surviving this corner. Oh, sliding everywhere. Right. Now let's get Lake Com sorted. Braking just after the 200. Careful with the throttle. By careful, that means obviously full throttle. Short shifting just to keep the back end in check, but that worked beautifully. Okay, it's feisty when it's not got any fuel in it. Right, this is where we came unstuck last time, so let's try and keep it in track limits here, shall we? Better. This doesn't feel like a particularly fast lap, but it's safe enough to be a lap on the board. That's all we need right now. It says. Hard going. I often thought a sim racing channel featuring Sue Pollard would be an interesting endeavour. Sometimes she doesn't sing. We'll let the cars do the singing on this channel. No, this is the Ford Mustang DTM. It's an animal. If we don't get a good result like this, I'm not too disappointed. P5. And that's an off track right there. Not going to get another lap in. You're not a Ford fan, Rubbish Racer. Well, we're going to try and hope here that we can pick off some of the carnage that happens ahead. So if we're going to end up towards the rear of the grid, then oh man, 4 seconds or 3.3 seconds off the top guy in the Merc. It's Audi, Ford, BMW, so it's a decent mix of cars. We're a long way off the other Ford there though. It's embarrassing. Surely you should be using a round wheel and H pattern with such a vehicle. So I've got half of that. I've got the H pattern. I don't have the round wheel. This is the only wheel I have, so I have to make do with it. So it provides its struggles, especially when trying to manhandle something like this when it goes wrong. But we get by. You know, it's all fine. You make do with what you've got, don't you? So yep. This is the setup as it is. Our Fanatec Club Sport wheel and our Formula Carbon rim. Perfect for an old 90s touring car with massive power and rear-wheel drive and no traction control. So 18 seconds left of qualifying, and no one else seems to be sitting too many times. We've got 13 cars on the grid. You can see that the Audi's had a bit of a bop adjustment, so it's running 98% of power, I believe that means. So it's obviously been pegged back a little bit because of the straights here at Spa. And here we go, so looks like we're jumping straight into it, so let's put some fuel in. Race length is 15 minutes, that's good. So we're not going to get 8 laps in. 2 minutes a lap. Oh, we might do. I'll stick 10 laps in. Or however much that says there. Yeah, 9.8 laps will be fine. Let's get on the grid. Our Mustang friend ahead of us. A whole load of Mercs behind. So if you prefer, you find it easy using the McLaren V3 wheel with 2.5 and SHH shifter, which is a good looking shifter actually, I like the look of that, rather than the BMW wheel. The BMW hurts my wrists with the H pattern. Ah, okay. The BMW wheel's quite a heavy rim as well. I know it's probably significantly heavier than this one and the other round wheels, so here we go then. Hopefully we don't roll forwards here and I release the brake. Ready, get a good start please. Or not. The Audi with 4 above off the line. Destroyed us into Eau Rouge. Now it's a survival game. Behind, just going to casually defend the inside. I'm going to go too mad here. So already kicking off. Yeah, I like the BMW rim. It's nice. The Audi missed the apex and the BMW is going to go for him. Didn't pay off this time round. Got the Merc right behind us. Audi's gone wide. It's on the track. Oh, contact. Defend here because I'm vulnerable off. Poo on. Oh. So we've lost a spot again. It's okay, it's still time. Now he's had a moment. Let him off to launch him on. It's going to go horribly wrong with my understeer. Got him though, just about. First lap survived. Just about. Has anyone considered upgrading to the CSL DD? It's an interesting proposition, that one. But yeah, leave it open to you guys to consider that one for the time being while I try and survive. Oop, the Audi's gone. Bye. Okay, so we're up to 6th. Let's see if we can keep it neat and tidy towards the end of this one. Loads of space behind us now, 6 seconds back. Let's try and keep the pressure on the cars ahead just so that we can be there to pick up the pieces should anything go wrong. Oh, they're off the limiter. Good little rim, wheel base, should I say. Turn. Want to get into there. It's just so much quicker than me. I just can't keep the pace of it with them. Limits of track limits there. Do you reckon Thrustmaster's going to put something out there to rival Fanatec? 30, we're going to be miles off that place. And I keep it straight over the top of Radion there just to try and reduce some of that mad sideways moment that we've been having. It's all getting spicy up front. Our chance to pick up the pieces if this goes wrong. Let's pull them back to us a little bit. Yeah, that was way too early. Keep those incidents down, really. Sure, these guys can take the second part of the on flat out, but I've got to lift because I just can't get it through there. So yeah, I think the decision to go with the Ford, although fun because the car sounds amazing and it's fun to drive, yeah, that wasn't helpful for our chances to try and get some extra ratings. But you never know, it might be okay. Yeah, the GPU situation at the moment's crazy, isn't it? Just isn't the chips out there to make them fast enough, and they're going for ridiculous money. Yeah, Simcube 2 is very, very good. Really, really good, actually. And even just the sport is a good step up from anything, really. Just the software they use as well now, with the different profiles you can load, it's very good. Well, that's not the way to keep the tyres in life. Gradually pulling away now, so not having those nasty stutters. Turn, please. Gearbox didn't like that. Yeah, it is very much the cream of sim racing DD at the moment, isn't it? The Simcube 2. Trying second gear through there, but I think it might just be a little bit too low for gear. Cross gate down, shifting into the source. Very satisfying. Don't put that power on too early. Doesn't like it. Just feel the weight load up on the wheel. It just kind of pulls you off this way, and all of a sudden you think, oh no, there's a wall over there. I feel like I'm being a bit weak on the brakes at the moment. Or just in general. Push the brakes a bit harder this time to see if I can extract some more performance out of them. Though we're not really getting much in the way of a race here, Spa and this car is still a fun combo to drive. Flicking gears left, right and centre. Have a brakes just to attempt to get the nose in, but missed the corner. Probably not. Don't really have the money to do it at the moment, but you never know. The next thing for me has got to be an actual rig, really, because we're still on an MDF plywood desk, which is wearing out, let's say. Slammed it into third gear then. Yeah, I mean, the high-end stuff, you can spend so much money on sim racing these days, but that being said, you don't necessarily need to. I mean, as I said, I'm driving on a desk still, but it's still good fun, and I'm still enjoying my sim racing, so possible to still enjoy sim racing on a budget, which is what we do. But obviously having all that high-end gear is, you know, it's a nice thing to have, a good level of immersion for sure. But for some it's just unobtainable. Short term anyway. But it's always good to see new stuff coming out and the direction it's all going. Sim racing has come on so much over the last 18 months, 2 years. It's just taken off. Working the wheel a lot more now than I was at the start of the race. My tyres are not looking great. Well, they're okay, but they are wearing quite quickly. Backing it into launching on. We've got a car ahead of us. This is a lap car by the looks of it. Oh, that's a final lap anyway, so. Plus Sim Racing, welcome along. Good to have you on the stream. You want the new Fanatec pedal with magnetic sensors and the Fanatec base. You're running an old Momo. Is that the old Momo Black or the Momo Red? I used to have Momo Black back in the day. It was my first 4-speed back wheel, actually. Well, there we go. We survived. Ah. Dear. And chaos happens after the line. Well, that was fun to drive, even if it wasn't the result we may have been hoping for. So Lionel says, if it's sturdy, it's good. My IQ, that's a good sword. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say mine's sturdy. It's. If you've been around on the channel, you may have heard me refer to it as having more bowing than a 747, because it just has a big bend right in the middle, but it's still holding up, so we're okay. Steve, what is the music track called at the start of the stream? Now that's called On the Table by a band called... I can't remember now. It's on the YouTube music library, so it's a really cool track. I like it a lot. Some good music. Momo Black. Yeah, the Momo Red was like a previous version of it. But the Momo Black is... yeah, it's a nice wheel. It was good. It's one with the integrated shifter on it, isn't it? The sequential box on it. Just, yeah. That was when we were talking at the beginning of the stream, when we were saying about my time in doing the Race 07. That was the wheel I was using for that. That's the one that got an awful lot of use. And I later upgraded to a G27. But yeah, good times. Good times. It's good to see that you can still use that though. I'm sure it's still a usable option. So there we go. Poor lonely Phil down in 6th place. But we finished it, that's the main thing. We managed to get it through the whole race without spinning or having a crash, so That's a win in my book. Okay, let's see, what else can we jump into? Tartarus at Imola. Porsche Classic at Laguna Seca, that's the 40-minute one. But that starts much later than I thought. Hockenheim NSUs. Sounds like a bit of fun. Yeah, that's right. You had the 3 red buttons down the centre of the wheel. Yeah, that's right. You've added a gamepad to it. Okay, that improves your number of buttons. I know. Yeah. Well, that was quite hard. I mean, I've got the light on me, which increases the heat, but it was quite physical actually. But yeah, the real thing must be a brute. I mean, there won't be any power steering in that thing either, I don't think. So it'd be, yeah, a long old race. Portimao GT4. I'm tempted by some NSU. I'm going to do it. Why not? We like this car. It's going to go for it. Oh, the livery choices. I'm going to change it up this time. I'm going to go with this blue and fluoro yellow. Looks quite a nice colour. I'm going to go with that one. Hope it's fast. But you know, this car is a real blast to drive anywhere, really, to be honest. So we had a race not too long ago with the NSU round Zandvoort Club. That was good fun. Some good solid racing going on. Okay. Are we fixed setup for this one? We are. Good. Don't have to worry about getting setup sorted. Let's go try this thing out. Very different sounding car, of course, to the Mustang, but in my opinion, still sounds great. And it revs. It really revs. Yes, the slower cars do usually make for some good close racing. Because you really got to be on your game to make sure you maximise your corner speed. Press the car behind, we'll let him through because we just come out of the pit lane. Remember, there's only 4 gears and we're on the national circuit, so we're not going all the way down to the Grand Prix loop. So I quite like the national circuit here at Hockenheim. It kind of cuts it off. Double right-hander there, and then we're straight up towards the stadium section again. This thing has more turning than the Mustang. Caught me off guard then. Get out of that curve. There's a little rut running along that curve there, which just grabbed my tyres and wouldn't give them back. Definitely getting some lockups in this. See what kind of time we can produce. We'll go for a flying lap of Hockenheim National in our little NSU. A great exit from the last corner, but we're up and away. Still with the H-pattern gearbox. The first corner is taken very quickly, with very little braking by the looks of things. Braking point for turn 2, 75, let's say. So 147.3 to beat. Let's see if we can get anywhere near that. Real braking markers into this final section. If that looked like I was panicking into there, it's probably because I was. I was all hands flailing everywhere. Do I grab a gear? Do I grab the steering wheel? What do I do? carry the speed. Not going to change down this time. I'm going to keep it in fourth. Take that a bit quicker as well. We are catching the cars ahead, so good signs. Sweeping corners of Hockenheim. Quite a pleasure to drive in this thing. So we're P3, we're 1.7 off the pace, so we can pick up some more speed through turn 1. A little bit like that maybe. Too quick into turn 2. Okay, this time we can hopefully... we've only got 5 seconds of practice, we're not going to finish this lap off, but let's try and at least figure out how we're going to take this next section. That's an interesting line through there. Just cut back and take the grass. Okay, so we're in front of here, 146.7. Let's see if we can get anywhere near that for qualifying. We'll take some fuel out of it. That's about all we can do. Right, fuel level. I need about 3 laps. Plenty of cars on the grid again, which is nice. Let's beat that one out of the pit lane. So probably won't get too many laps in on the race. It's only 15 minutes and we're doing 1:47s. They're such funny looking cars, but they're so good to drive. Yeah, they are cute, aren't they? Little beasts. Yeah, a Honda VTEC or a high booster engine in the back of these things would make it go like crazy, wouldn't it? As it is, they get along quite nicely, but yeah, a bit of extra power would be quite a ride, wouldn't it? Coming up to start our lap and see what we can do. Bit of lifting off helps get that front end in. Okay, let's see how quickly we can take turn 1. We don't want to ruin our lap straight away. We're going to get a banker in here if we can. Yep, kept it in just about. PB for first sector, which is nice. Okay, let's get our braking right into here. Still not quite sure how to take that. onto it. Couple of corners to go. What can we produce in terms of lap time? We're up to P3. That's the curve. A major moment through there. We're 4/10 off the leader. Oh, purple, sector 1. Because of that massive commitment through turn 1. I don't want to do that every lap, that was mad. Okay, let's get this right, come on. That's so good. Flat out to that last corner, another purple sector. And we're out of fuel, would you believe it? Yeah, we're coughing. What a shame. Could have been a good lap. We haven't got enough time to do another one. I don't think. We've got 2 minutes. Yeah, so we're not gonna get another lap in, but let's put our fuel back in for now. And 10 laps will be fine. It's such a cool little thing. I love the engine cover on the back, propped open just to give it some extra cooling. Let's see how everyone's getting on here. Let's go and spy on some other people. P2's in pit lane. This is our leader on track. Nicely clipped the apex. Let's see if we can pick up any tips. Let's see if we can go on. See if I'm losing out anywhere through here. Short shifting through there then. Cooling or downforce? Yeah, a bit of both. Why not? I think this little car will take any advantage it can possibly get. Oh, he's gone quicker then. 46.2. He's back in the pits. Any other late improvements coming on down the field? With the flared arches as well on this thing. Outlap, he's not going to finish that one off. Gabriel's coming around to finish his lap off. Is this going to be an improvement? A very Castrol liveried NSU. With silver, red and green. Coming up to the line now, and he doesn't get to finish it off. That's gutting. How annoyed would you be if you were up on your lap time then and just didn't get to finish it off. Okay, so we're starting P3. We know we've got pace to be up here somewhere. So let's see if we can take the fight to the two leaders in this one. This could be a... Hopefully, if this stays clean, it could be a good increase for us if we can at least hold our position, if not go one or two better. We'll see. Photographer there went to take a shot of my NSU with the plumes of smoke out the back because I've just lit the rear tyres up and have a rubbish start once again. No, we're going to be positive. We're going to get a really nice start here and we're going to jump to the lead into turn 1. That's the plan. I'm going to be careful on my clutch and throttle application and we're going to get a good start. So positive thoughts, and sometimes they happen. Sometimes. But if you go into this thinking, oh yeah, it's going to duff the start again, it's going to be rubbish, yeah, the chances are it could well be. Let's try and see if we can get a good one. All lights are on. Dip the clutch again. Looks like the leader had either a jump start or a really amazing start. Oh. Yeah, we lost the place off the start there, that's fine. Let's get over the inside. Cover the inside here because they're going to get dive bombed. Okay, we'll let him go and give him some space. He's still there. Nope, clear. Right, let's go get him. Really getting on the brakes there. I had this feeling he was going to turn in there. I should have ducked down a bit, but we all survived. Laughing all the way to the finish line here. Well, we definitely got pace on the two ahead of them, so let's make that our target. Survived, it's good. And a second or so, or almost a second gap behind. That was the apex. You could tell because I got the sausage curb. Let's try and gain on them through here again if we can. A little bit conservative going through there on the first lap, that's possibly what it was. Is that a bit of a slowdown going on there? So to kind of get off the throttle and just pull over and let the other guy through, so... back with them. Missed that corner. We managed to keep our foot in it. This is why we couldn't race NSUs, because we have a really good race out of them. What's going to happen here? Are you going to get cornered or something? The car went a bit deep into the first part of that double right. Let's keep a watching brief for the moment. We've got 10 minutes left of the race. Our powder dry a little bit. Obviously take chances when we get them, but force the issue too early. They seem to be a bit quicker to this latter part of the lap than me, but it's okay. Close, there's a big sausage girl on the inside that through. Despite snatching a break, managed to keep with them. Suss out where we might be able to make a move. Might send one on the inside into the stadium. Mazepin jink to the right there. Sideways to the middle of the corner. That's a good run off the last corner, but can't really do too much with it because this first corner is not really an overtaking opportunity. So we shall just be patient. High-speed train going on right now. Not much in it. And we got a little bit sideways into the corner. Power so hard through there then. Ooh. Come over to the right again. If he's just cutting that corner too much or something, because it looks like he's getting a slowdown. So he's got to get off the throttle to give off some time. Meantime, we're back up to third. That was a different line. 5 minutes to go, well, 6 minutes pretty much. car ahead and see what we can do. He's now the leader of this group, so he's got no one to chase, so we might be able to pick our moment here. Definitely doesn't like that corner. Oh, that one. No, that's not what we needed. He was unusually slow through there. Okay, we can catch them. Maybe. Come on, Phil, stop getting ragged now. This isn't the time to get ragged. Calm, smooth, and just do what we can to get back up with them. Hopefully with 3 minutes to go they start battling it out and we can get back with them. They also have the benefit of the toe, which I've now lost. Brakes all too often. The further you go through this race, the less easy it gets to carry that last corner flat out. So we're battling now. This is our opportunity to hopefully pull some distance back on them. Shame we had that little half spin because we were right with them. That was marginal. They're battling, we're almost down to a 2-second gap again. There was just over 3, but still time. Ooh, lock up. And me. This is my desperation to get back up with them. It's pushing a bit hard. Almost under 2 seconds again. Went for a move there by the looks of it. Never give up in this situation. It's easy to just go, oh, we've lost touch, we're not going to catch up with them. Never know. Never know what they're going to do. Got someone coming back out of the pits. On the last lap, so we're not going to potentially catch them on raw pace. We need them to make a blunder somewhere. Seconds now, we were going side by side into here. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. One more lap. One more lap and that would have been fun. Never mind. P4. Hey, it's better than P6 from the last race, so that's fun. Shame we had that moment. But we were right in there with them, so that's good. So, probably got enough in my left shoulder to be able to do one more, so we'll do that. We'll see what's available when we get out of the session. So lap times wise, yeah, so about 3/10 off the quick guy. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Don't want to quit before the race is finished, just in case it doesn't register the result and puts me down as a DNF. Right, so quick fire questions. What is your favourite car to drive on RaceRoom? If you've driven RaceRoom, what is your favourite car to drive? Question number 2, if you've driven RaceRoom, what is your favourite track on RaceRoom that you've driven? Let us know in the comments. It'll be interesting to see your thoughts. From me, my favourite car that I've driven in RaceRoom, I am a big fan of the Group 5 cars, and I think gosh, I'm doing pneumatics over there, bouncing. I think probably my favourite car to drive would be the Zaxby Capri. I think that's awesome. Favourite track? I'm going to put Bilsterberg down. Probably not with the Zaxby Capri. That'd probably be a bit a bit mental. But I really like Bilsterberg. I think that's fabulous. We just did a video not too long ago with 5 hidden gems in RaceRoom that you should try in terms of tracks, and that was one of them. And it was just big smile all the way through. Really enjoyed it. So there you go. Confirmation of P4. Let's go see what else we can do. What else can we do? Come on, servers, refresh. It's having a moment. Oop, are we catching up now? There we go, right. Options are limited to NSUs again, or we do GT4 at Portimao, so that's an Oceania one anyway. Let's just give that a quick refresh and just see if anything else comes up. Because I don't particularly want to do that one, because if the ping's too high, it's just going to be cars jumping around all over the place. Yeah, it was an alright race. We did okay there. We didn't lose out too badly after all of that. But yeah, it was good fun hustling this little NSU around. Will it have updated? I'm just going to have a quick check just to see if the notifications everywhere. Where are we up to now? Oh, it hasn't changed yet, so that's okay. We'll have to check on that later, just to see if there's any changes in rankings. Let's go in here and have a look, see what stats we can look at while we're waiting. Go to the portal here, and go to the ranked multiplayer. So here's our list of races. So how do we go? So yeah, so we lost rating in both of those actually. Brilliant. Well, that's not getting us any higher up the list, is it? But that's okay. Yeah, we had fun doing it anyway. That's what it's all about. But we gained some reputation in the DTM one, probably just by virtue of staying on the track actually. Let's see. Come on, let's get something going on here. We've done NSUs. Don't want to jump into another one. I know they're good fun races, but I would really like to do something different if we can. But looks like the server schedules are not in our favour. Okay, well let's finish the evening off as we started with a single event on the AI, and we'll go to Brno again, but this time we'll change the car that we're running. We'll try something different around here, something with a bit of pace to it, something that maybe we haven't driven before. What can we go with? Something fresh maybe. Some GT1s, we've driven GT1s with the 4GT. So I'm just curious to see whether Brno races well with faster cars as it does with the slower stuff. We've not driven these on the channel yet. These are the Formula FRX 90 Cups, which is basically 90s single-seaters Formula 1 cars. So we've got a V10, a V12 and a V8 option. It's got to be... Lost my chat there. There we go. We're back. So EHM8, you like the Tartarus F4? Too many good tracks for a single fave. Yeah, I know what you mean. The Tartarus is quite fun. Norman, thank you so much. Glad you enjoyed the racing this evening. It's been fun having you on with us. I don't have Super Chat enabled yet because I only have 496 subscribers, so I can't have Super Chat yet, unfortunately. Another means available I can show my appreciation for your efforts. That is very, very kind of you, Norman. I really appreciate that. There may well be a link in the description to a PayPal, like a, what's it called now? I don't remember what the name is now. Streamlabs tipping page, possibly. But if there isn't, then don't worry about it. Absolutely fine. But yeah, I really appreciate that. That's amazing. Let's we'll go V12. Why not? We love noise. We'll add some extra noise. Got some retro liveries on here. I'm gonna go with this black, white, and blue one here. We won't have WTCC as our cars that we're going to be running, so we'll run the FR90s, and we will have not that many. We will have that many. We'll fit them in. Apply. Go to Brno. We'll just do that to 105. Go for a happy medium. An open wheel car, yes, we'll do that, definitely. So we'll probably dispense with practice altogether. We'll just do straight into qualifying, 12 minutes, and we'll do one race. We'll do a 15-minute race around here. Standing start, of course, and go. Let's see how we get on with this thing. It's going to be fun. Fun stuff. RaceRoom is it's always good for a laugh, good for a bit of casual Saturday evening enjoyment. If nothing else, but in the audio department, it's just so good. It's just so good. Okay. Straight into qualifying. Not going to bother with setups. Done a lot of H-pattern driving this evening, but not this time. These are on sequentials. Oh boy. Okay. This is quite a bit quicker than the NSU. Sweetback's quite light around the centre actually in this one. Oh, it's feisty on the rear end. Okay, we'll pick up the pace as we go, as I get used to this thing. Oh, those downshifts are brutal. Woo! Second gear requires finesse, something which my right foot is not dealing with at the moment. I get the feeling we're going to be absolutely destroyed by the AI, but that's okay. Yeah, we're going to go. Steve, your favourite car? It's the Porsche 911 GT3 at Spa. Yep, good combo. Oh dear me, I'm not going to be able to keep up with this. Listen to that revving out though. Okay, I'm actually going to try and see if we can change something here because that force feedback is weird. I'll turn the volume down my headset. Yeah, it's a bit loud, isn't it? Maybe I'll just nudge that down just a touch more because it's loud in my ears too. Right. No, it's not going to be in there. Force feedback wise. There's so many settings to change in force feedback in RaceRoom, it's hard to kind of just jump in and go, yeah, that's the one we need to change here. You know, I'm just going to have to just deal with it. In fact, I'm even going to skip qualifying, I'm just going to go straight into the race, start at the back and just see how far we get left behind. Okay, full field of screaming Formula 1 cars. That is the perfect start to my race. I'm going to restart that. I'm going to cheat and restart that. Let's try that again, but this time with less stocking. I thought I had a really good start. I was like, yes, I got a good jump, and then got too excited. Come on, Phil. It's only an F1 car. What's wrong with you? Yeah, your sort of cheat. Great thing about racing the AI. Ooh, at a moment. Can't do that in ranked online multiplayer. Right, I'm in second gear, be careful. What happens when you come from the NSU, where you can just absolutely mash the right foot down out of corners, and then all of a sudden you've got to actually coax this thing around. I just can't keep up with them. They're too quick for me. Not second gear. It's too much of a car for me. Managed to hang that around the outside somehow, but no. Got them in the exit. Oop. That was a involuntary dive bomb, but it worked. We're holding our own in a very gallant 23rd place. What? Have you got different tyres than me or what? I don't have that grip. It's little to no assist in the air. No assist whatsoever, I don't think. All driver. Yep. I just need to learn them a bit more. No. A 140, I'd be lucky for anywhere near that. At 46, 6 seconds off. Oh, how embarrassing. Oh, it's defeated me. Oh, but that was fun though. That's a mental thing. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll leave ourselves parked there because it's probably the safest thing for everyone on track. But there we go. That was our review of Brno, the new circuit for RaceRoom, and some ranked racing thrown in there for good measure as well. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the stream. It's been great having you all on the stream and commenting along and telling us what your thoughts are on things. We really enjoy reading your comments and things, so it's great to see you, so many of you here. So if you've enjoyed the video, please do hit the like button. It helps the channel out a lot. And if you haven't done already, please hit that red button below, which is to subscribe to the channel and become a Sim Racing Bible teammate. You're not just a subscriber on the channel, you're one of us, you're a fellow sim racer. Yeah, please do that if you haven't done so already. But we will see you very soon. We will look forward to doing another live stream next Saturday. And in the meantime, we'll hopefully try and do some more videos to go live throughout the week as well. So stay tuned for that. If we can do that, we certainly will. So let's get our music back, because Steve likes it. So we're going to get this back up here, and we will see you all very, very soon indeed. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and take care. Until next time, bye bye.